Are your favorite foods full of salt and saturated with fat? Try these makeover-meal ideas for a healthy type 2 diabetes diet. You don't have to give up your Friday night pasta or completely swear off sweets to maintain a healthy type 2 diabetes diet. Your cooking style just needs a makeover. And you can tweak your favorite recipes so you don't feel like you're missing out on taste. As you get started, consider your goals are for overhauling your cooking to accommodate a healthy type 2 diabetes diet. Do you want to manage blood sugar? Lose weight? Boost nutrition? Or better yet, all of the above? If you're focused on blood sugar control, it's best to think about controlling carbohydrate portions, says Susan Spratt, MD, an endocrinologist and an assistant professor of medicine at the Duke University Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina. But it's also important to watch your fat intake and overall calories because of the role they play in obesity and heart disease. A study published in the March 2014 issue of the British Journal of Nutrition noted that a low-fat diet was beneficial for people with diabetes in reducing blood pressure, cholesterol, and fasting blood sugar levels. High blood sugar, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol all increase the risk for heart disease, Dr. Spratt says. Because controlling all three is important to reducing that risk, these recommendations are focused on more than just how to control blood sugar, says. Here's how to achieve all of these objectives. Cut down on calories and fat. Fat isn't a bad word, but it's important to limit the amount you eat and use to cook. Too much fat in the diet can increase body weight, and excess body weight can make blood sugar control harder, says Erin Polinsky, Rhode, CDE, a spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and the author of the 2-Day Diabetes Diet. Watching your calorie intake is also important for maintaining a healthy weight and good blood sugar control, and tablespoon for tablespoon, all fats are among the food's highest in calories. To curb your fat and calorie intake, try these tips. Use moist heat cooking methods that won't let your food dry out. Try a slow cooker for meat and a steamer for veggies. Choose only lean cuts of meat, skinless poultry, and fish, and then sauté, bake, broil, or grill instead of frying. Trim away any visible fat from meat before cooking. Pay attention to portion sizes. Measure your portions when cooking and in servings to avoid eating more than you realize. Polinsky says. Reduce sodium. Excessive sodium can increase your blood pressure, which can increase the risk of heart disease and stroke, Polinsky says. She suggests keeping your salt intake to less than 2,300 milligrams a day. Try these suggestions for flavorful food without all the salt. Season foods with fresh or dried herbs, garlic, onions, and peppers instead of salt. Rinse canned vegetables and beans before eating to wash off some of the salt. Cook with fresh ingredients rather than eating packaged foods, which tend to contain a lot of sodium. Avoid buying pre-seasoned or marinated meat and poultry, instead, season them yourself. Make your own homemade soups. A 1-cup serving of the average canned soup can pack 800 milligrams of sodium. Count carbs. The carbohydrates you want to avoid the most are added sugars, followed by processed grains. When you reduce sugar in a recipe, you reduce the carbohydrate and caloric values as well, says Toby Smithson, Rhode, LDN, CDE, a spokesperson for the and the author of Diabetes Meal Planning and Nutrition for Dummies. Ultimately, it's the total carbohydrate content of a food that makes the difference in raising blood sugar levels. Try these tips to transform your high-carb dishes. Cut down on grains and add more veggies to meals to increase the fiber content and make you feel fuller on fewer calories. Polinsky suggests tossing whole wheat pasta with roasted veggies. Reduce the sugar in your recipes. You can often get away with less than called for, or sweeten with flavorful spices like vanilla, cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg. Make homemade marinades, sauces, and dressings. Look for healthy recipes that enable you to control the sugar, a hidden ingredient in many prepared brands.